What's up, people? It's your good friend Jamie back again, and how long has it been since I last did a video? Well, to be honest, it's quite like time consuming, but you can tell. What has it been? Well, yesterday, a couple of days ago, the restrictions are lifted that the non-essential shops have now reopened, and I managed to go down on Monday to pick up a few bits, and then yesterday I also picked up a few more bits, including some physical media. But today's video is about it's a simple kind of a vlog style, how I'd put it, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to it's kind of like a vlog, but it's a vlog, but it's not kind of like a vlog style. Just let me turn off my radio for a bit. Oh, just sorry if you can see my bit. It's like a vlog, but it's not almost like an actual vlog. It's actually like a vlog. It's like kind of stuff I got as of recently. But you might be able to see when I show you all the stuff that I have in 2 bags. I have a bag in the corner with me. With this is a CEX bag. I always love CEX because, you know, I get my physical media secondhand. I like try and get secondhand physical media. And I also like to go to H&V. I love H&V as well, but considering I don't have a job yet, I really want to get a job so badly. It's going to have to take a while to consume all that stuff. So in the cupboard here, I'll show you just now, is some stuff. Oops. Yeah, I'll be showing this all off quickly just before I do a reveal of what stuff has been bought lately. And, you know, I'm just like a crazy spender sometimes, but, you know, you gotta save your money for other stuff. But, you know, God, I feel like I'm a heavy gambler of things, but, you know, but not as much of a gambler. I don't really drink or smoke, so no, it's not really a smoking or drinking thing. But, you know, it's just a healthier sort of thing I just like to see. Also, got a couple of calendars right here. I got one of the coastlines of Britain for 2021. I've been on the hunt for a good, and here's a calendar. I didn't, why I brought 2, don't ask me, because, you know, I'm just a crazy spender sometimes. I just like to do them. But this calendar here, World of Cities, I don't think it's I kind of felt like I went a bit too soon and actually got this one. Just don't think it works well for me, so so shall we get to it then? Hit it. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm filming on my windowsill, and let's get my I put it there, and also can't stand up very well. Even if something that thing can't stand up well, I mean, I just have to use like a heavy prop to actually stand it up. So the first things I'm taking out is a couple of little metal die-cast items. These is the Take Along Stanley, you know. Welcome, Stanley! Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. Oh, the light's a bit too dark as well. I'm so sorry for that. Well, if I could just turn on my light quickly and see if that works. Works out a bit better, but bit of light coming in there. I mean, it's a really good model. This model's in quite it's like it's in pristine condition. It must be almost pristine, I imagine, because someone actually got this first hand, and then haven't been too rough with it, but really nice model. I will credit that. Yeah, I do have a wooden railway, another Stanley, but it's a wooden railway Stanley. Considering this is a great model of Stanley, I really like how his face is made compared to his actual TV series model, if I can get focus. Yep. The silver buffer's a really nice touch. And yeah, it's a great model after all, considering I paid £4 for this one. I will not can tell which price I paid for every item. So I think with that said, this is a great model of Stanley. I mean, everyone's created a meme back in 2016, Welcome Stanley, from that movie, but, you know, I think that's an old joke. And another take-along. This is actually a take-on player, and this is Belle. Kind of surprised that I was in a charity shop one day and they had Belle. There was like a bundle of Ertl and take-alongs. I think they had an Ertl Duke, they had a take-along Annie, Spencer, take-along Gordon, James, etc. So, I don't know why I got this, but I was just pretty surprised of how really well detailed this model is, and it's also in pristine condition as well. Sorry for the bad light in here. If I just put it towards my camera, this is in quite good condition as well. Also, that crest as well. I've never noticed that before. I mean, there's a little scuff at the back, but you know, it doesn't bother me. Also, those are the plastic. I mean, she has that face on her, I think. I'm not really too fond of the face. I mean, it kind of looks like Steven's, but you know, she's a good mole. I mean, surprisingly enough, her moles have screws, if you can't see on camera. She has a lot of wheels. I mean, if you compare it to her take-along Gordon, you'll notice that the wheel configuration is actually 262, like Green Arrow's in real life, and Henry's also is the 460. Murdoch's also the 280 configuration, like the Stanway test, but surprisingly, this bell is quite accurate to a wheel configuration, considering I think like Fisher Price actually managed to scoop up a lot of money just to get this model, like with the actual wheel configuration, because the re-release of the Take and Play Bell and the Adventures version actually only had 6 wheels, which I'm not a fan, to be honest. I like the classic Take On and Take and Play the best, and that will always be in my mind. Okay, moving on. It's another die-cast now. It's a Erdl Peter Sam. You'll be wondering, wait, you already have an Erdl Peter Sam. Well, actually, technically I do, but I felt like I really want to get another one, because the first one I got was in a little bit of a rough shape, but this one's in surprisingly mostly pristine, mostly good condition. There's a few chips here and there. It's hard to find Erdls in good condition these days. The nameplate's slightly coming off this side a bit. Well, hopefully that doesn't fall off too fast. I mean, if you can see it on camera. It's not very good lighting, you can tell. I might move the camera somewhere else in a bit. But I just felt like getting this because now I have a duplicate. I might trim the funnel off one of them and put it on Peter Sam, like a Stuart, or maybe a pre-funnel special Peter Sam one day. Depends. Depends what piques my interest. And the last tool I have is a lime green Percy. Surprisingly enough, I did have a lime green Percy years ago, but sadly, I got rid of it. But don't worry, I fixed that. I mean, I had one from childhood many years ago, but the front coupling and the buffers were gone, and it was in really rough shape. The sticker portals were turned off as well. But this is actually something noticed interestingly enough is that Erdl Percy was released in 2 different shades of green. This one on the left is the apple green version I've had since 2016. This one is the lime green version. I had one from my childhood. You can tell the livery is different. I try to make this Percy detailed as well. I mean, Percy, I think there was also a lime green Henry and Duck as well. I do have the apple green versions of them, but not the lime green versions. I'd like to get them someday, but who knows, only time will tell. So I think that wraps up the Erdls. So I think there's a few more I want to show in a bit. Alright, so I've moved positions from my windowsill to the floor because it was a bit too dark, so sorry about that. Okay, so I've decided to make, because it's a bit more lighter down here, I'm filming this in the morning by the way, as you can tell. So there's some other stuff here I put down on the floor, but let's start off with the Mini. Some other stuff I got recently from the collector's store. This stuff all came from, those ones that you see from the charity shops. These ones actually came from the collector's store. Okay then, starting off here. Let's get to it then. I have a total of 9 minifigs to show. There's one of them. This is a female workman. I've been on the hunt for a few more workmen for some time. I mean, I've managed to get a lot of these for like, I think they're about 50p or £1, I imagine. Here's another one with orange trousers and a blue jumper and overalls. And another one with light blue trousers and the orange overalls. And one more. Surprisingly, he's holding the broom with the 4 hats. These are all pretty cheap, I can imagine. I think these were all 50p each. Also, there's 5 more. Here's another one with the green. Oh, knocked over one. Sorry, just too lazy to get my Lego baseboard out or something flat. This one has a classic hairstyle, and same for this one, but he actually has is wearing a helmet. Yeah, it's just the classic style of the Lego heads. Here's another one, but stopless. Surprisingly enough, this one actually has a different colour, non-yellow arm hand thing, but it also has a sleeping expression and a yawning expression. Kind of surprising. Might use that for a little video coming soon. And here's another little generic human being that is like brown hair and like a standard passenger. Might use that for like some city scenes. I mean, in that head as well, I do have one, especially, but it has like the orange eyebrows. And I saved the best for last. This, I think, is Natasha Romanoff, I think, from the Black Widow from, you know, the Marvel universe. That's why I saved it for last. I'm not sure which set she was in, but I don't think this is the actual body. I mean, you can tell this also, if I can get off, she has that frantic expression. Sorry, I have to do this quickly. She has her head has a few scratches, there's a few bits of scuffs all around her head, but that doesn't bother me since, you know, I know I like to get lots of many things, but sometimes I get them, sometimes they can turn out a bit in poor condition sometimes. But, you know, let's get to the other bits, shall we? Okay, sorry for that jump cut, I had to do something as well. There's two brands here. I'll start with something from the Tomy range. First up, it's a fuel tanker. So I think when these were sold, I think these came with diesel and a tin of milk tanker, as my memory serves correctly. It was £2.60. I think that's how much I paid for it. The wheels were kind of a bit sticky shortly after I got it, so yesterday I gave it a good wash, but you can tell it's a little bit dirty. But you know, trucks like to be dirty rather than clean, you know. Doesn't matter if they're in pristine condition or not, but it doesn't matter. But I just like how they are. But this, as you can tell, that the stickers, the flammable ones, are actually sun faded as well. There's also like another variation of the Soda Fuel tanker, but I think that came with Percy, but it doesn't have the Soda Fuel text font on it. And it also came with a mail car, but this one I think was the one that came with diesel, I can imagine. Well, I did get the second hand, so sadly I didn't get diesel, but I did get a few other pieces of rolling stock. As you know, I have a Tomy collection. I think I told you this story about the Tomy lot and the wooden lot back in last year, but I think I'll put a link in the description if you want to see more on that video that I did. So, right, here's another piece of rolling stock now. This is a slate truck, I think. One of these, I think this one came with Duncan, I believe. I think it came with two of the slate trucks. It had two slates, but I think, according to someone, that these slate pieces were kind of rare and hard to find. But, you know, it doesn't matter. It's nice to just have some rolling stock pieces. I might, you know, make some from scratch someday. Although, considering Tomy is considered rare to find, the classic Thomas merchandise minus Ertl can be quite rare and hard to find in England now. I mean, I just like to see if I can find something that classic. I mean, I love classic Thomas merchandise and always will. Considering how bad the merchandise today is, I still like to, like, you know, go back in time to get a few, like, pieces. Like, I always cherish the merchandise. I will still prefer the real classic merchandise to how Mattel made these today. How they were made in the past will always be great. Remember that. This one is the last one. Here's the Tomy van. I don't know what this came with. I forgot again. I might have to check sometime. But I presume it was one of the tank engines or diesel engines. Depends. This is just like, could be useful for rolling stock on narrow gauge railways, but considering I've already showed the slate truck off, which is actually narrow gauge, this one is a Trackmaster 2 van. Ooh, sorry, actually flipped over. I'm kind of not happy with how it's red. I might paint it up in a different colour one day, depends. But you know, it's nice to have more rolling stock to go along with other stuff. To, like if you want to make more goods trains longer, then be my guest. So, that's the Tomy lot. I think next up are some wooden items. So for the next item I'm showing is Toby. This is actually a Mattel Wooden Railway Toby. I do have another Toby, but I have one with me right now. I'll show it in a minute. This one is the Mattel version from 2013, 2016. When Toby had this slight upgrade. Most notably is that the funnel has been added, and there has been buff magnets holders are actually painted grey other than the colour black. Yeah, this is a Mattel Toby from when Mattel took it up. I mean, it's the best Toby ever out there, because when Mattel... Oh, I think I told it. Well, I don't know much to say about Toby. I think I've watched a video from Silverfan 2K10. I think he explained about Toby. Well, I've got a Toby with me right here. I might just bring these in closer, as you can see. This Toby I've had since childhood. This is from 2002, when Learning Curve rebranded the whole Wooden Railway range, or most of them actually, before they went redesigned. And I'll show them quickly. You might notice at first that this Toby has a classic series face, whereas on the right Toby has a CGI expression. So this is my second Wooden Railway Toby, I forgot to point out. The windows on this Toby, the Learning Curve Toby, are smaller than on the Mattel version. If I flip these round, notice that the 7 and the handrails are a lot smaller, and the handrails are quite thinner as well. This Toby doesn't have a funnel. This Mattel Toby does, surprisingly. The chassis are pretty much different. Well, considering they're a bit different, you can tell because of the text font. I want to point out this Toby's roof is more rounded than on the Mattel version. I think it's a lot more smaller as well. I often think it looks like a brake van. Considering Toby is a tram engine, he is actually... It's not brake van, he's a tram engine. This Toby's face has a little bit of marker because, you know, Toby's eyes had a bit of a scratch out, so I had to put some like marker in that to fix it up a little bit. I might detail this Toby, might paint around this magnet guard and paint it black to actually like make it stand out to this style. But no, I'll do it sometime down the line. Well, considering I've had this Toby for a number of years, I might consider transitioning to this version of Toby, but I'll keep using the Mattel, the original Learning Curve Toby, because, you know, that's my childhood version, and, you know, I might use it again one day. Okay, next up is a piece of rolling stock that I'm sure that I'm really proud to own. It's this. It's a 6-wheel goods van that, you know, it's a nice piece of rolling stock to add to the collection. I mean, I had originally just had one to start with, but now I had two. If I bring in the other two, I'll show you from right to left. This one I've had since the first one I got, as you can tell. It's been in really rough shape already. So the paint's coming off quite slowly. This one in the middle came with a battery-operated train from John Lewis, and that's the one I just got. So now I have 3 vans. Yeah, I like to add like rolling stock to make the goods trains better, to try and improve on that. The 7 on the side, and with the little like piston cup style arms at both sides from cars. Sorry, I'm referencing that too much. I like how highly detailed these two are. I think this one has more bolder detail. The one in the middle, I think, presumably has bolder detail than on the left and right, on the front and back. But, you know, I think it's not a coincidence that it happened, so overall it's nice to have more rolling stock. But, you know, let's get these 2 out of here, and we'll go into the last bits before I go into the big surprise. Jump cuts. Who would ever thought jump cuts would be that cool, wouldn't they? Anyways, moving on now. Also, there's something else I want to point out. Here's some buffers and ramps. Though, considering I have way too many buffers now, I've got to stop before it's too late. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. I got a couple more ramps, buffers as well. So, like, if I ever make a big yard, these will be really useful. And if I ever make a shed one day, that will be cool as well. And these ramps are useful. I mean, I could use these for, like, a crossing or something. Because, oh, I have a crossing right here. You know, I need more track, you know. I think I have 4 pieces crossings now. So that means I could like make the intersection for like a double crossing track, but you know, one day I will. And this second piece here is just this 2-inch piece of Brio track, because, you know, I think I need more track. I mean, straight track I need plenty more of. I mean, I need loads of straight track. I mean, sorry about that. I mean, sadly there was no clickety-clack track or railroad traction track from the Tarswind Rail range, but you know, it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's nice to have more track in this collection. So I think that's everything I showed in this lot from the collector's store. So, what's part 2 going to be? You are about to find out. Okay, and action! Welcome back everyone to another part of this video. Sorry, looking at my phone too much. Okay, welcome back to this next part. What I've got with me is a bag from CEX. Well, it's not all from CEX actually, it's stuff from a few other stores I managed to pick up along the way. Physical media. I will save the physical media for last because, you know, I want to surprise you at the end with a few little bits. So, turn off. Okay, well, considering this is going to be trying to get this out if I can. Here we are. What you see is not really interesting, but you know, it's just some accessories to keep the world a bit alive. The first item I have here is farm animals. You can tell it contains a cow. I think it contains 2 cows. I think there's supposed to be a sheep on the above the white cow, below the white cow. Sorry, a dog, a horse, a goat, and a pig. And some few farm fences, but I think now I got enough farm animals. I really need some more animals, so I feel like I could make the model railway world live a bit. So I got some of this. Well, considering you can see this 10.95 sticker, I paid for it. I was really hyped to get back into buying real stuff again from non-essential shops because I've missed them so much, and I've never even had the chance to use eBay. But hopefully one day I will get round to using eBay, but I still have to be like professional and how to like. I really want to learn how to sell stuff as well online because that's another goal I really want to achieve. Considering I love the Hornby range, I miss the Hornby Thomas range. Rest in peace. I always loved it. Shame it's no longer around. It's hard. I think most of the models are hard to come by nowadays, but there is one model I might be after. Well, I'll not talk about that now. I mean, I really want to get some more models from the engines. Like, I really want to get like the LBS CRE2 as well, but I'm not going to go into that. So anyways, this is actually the models. Those animals will make the sets more lively. So I'll show you at the end of the video what else in general. So I've got some more Buffman 00 scale figures. These are locomotive staff. They can be used for drivers, firemen, or station masters or whatnot. I mean, it's not like you see them as the actual ones in the show of Thomas and Friends. I mean, like in the TV series. I think in the Railway series they had like different uniforms. Compared to real life and the TV series and Railway series, their uniforms are kind of like different. But that's nice to get some like figures that have the right uniform. Now it means Oh, and about these figures, I'm still wanting to like put some plastic bases on there so they don't fall over, but I guess that's going to be a hard one, but I'm going to have to use blue tack in the meantime to make it more, it's going to be like more visible as a goof as shown on screen, but you know, well, it's nice to have more stuff, but some double scale figures. I'll show you what they look like at the end. I might put one with one of my engines, but I'll do that later. But anyways, let's move on now. These are some ancient scale, scenic ancients woodland scales. These are kids that play HO scale. Considering, if I compare the size, oh my god, I accidentally realised. They're almost like the scale to the 00 scale figures, but I couldn't see any like 00 scale figures. These are the only ones I had. These are just like children playing, roller skating, one skateboarding, all that stuff. But, you know, I mean, I needed a few more kids in double model scale form. This is what I could find at the moment, so I mean, I do have a few like woman figures out there. I mean, I wasn't just like gonna lose my mind over this, so I just went with them nonetheless. But I could do it a bit better. I mean, these would work well for Tomy, these would work well for Ertl, or Wind Railway, or Take Along, whatever brand you use in your videos. You should definitely get some scenic figures. Doesn't matter which scale, as long as they're not too big, they're just the right size to fit the scale of engines, you know, all that stuff. Nice piece of scenery. What would consider be a bit of a boring one. This is from a brand called Unit Models, surprisingly. Don't know what that is. And what's in here are two MIDI skiffs. What you may consider they look like tenders, but clearly they're not. These are actually skip hires. Sorry, I seem to be playing my hair a lot. Haven't had a haircut in 3 weeks, so 3 months actually, sorry. These are actually just came in yellow and red. I believe there were other ones that came in colour as well. I think there might have been one in brown, but I'm not sure. But these are just like for set dressing. If it was just like maybe like a waste dump or scrap yard, I could use those as anything, really. There's only 2 of them in there. I would have been surprised if there were actually 3 or 4 of them. But considering there's 2, I'm not too bothered. I mean, I don't think they'll be the right. If I was to put some Lego scale like pieces in there, I don't know if they would fit. But considering they're quite small, I don't know if they will. Well, I don't know if Lego has ever made any skips before. I don't think I've seen one in person. I've not seen one online, but I don't think they exist or whatever. I don't know. I might check later. But anyways, but these will just make some good prop sceneries, which I always think will. Oh, before we round out that bag, I have 2 little boring little pieces to show. These are like some pieces of track. This is just like a piece of short inch track. It's a very short length of track, and you know, I've been on the hunt for more. I mean, I like to get more straight track reason. Why did I get these 2? No idea. Well, it's just nice to have. Yes, I do model trains. I do have model trains. I have model track. That's why I need more straight track. The reason being is, straight track, you can never have enough straight track. Like side-ins or mainline or whatever. It's just nice to have more track pieces, you know. These 2, like, you know, lighten up the sets a bit, try and make more. You gotta start, like, you gotta be careful how much of a budget you have, you know. Like, I'm doing performing arts at college, so it just makes sense that I want to make them look like... I'm not going to always be the prop designer or I'm the voice actor, the prop designer, or the set builder, or whatever. Yeah, all that stuff. Before we round this off, I have 2 games. For my PlayStation 4, Red Dead Redemption. It's actually like a Western style game. I mean, if anyone has a PlayStation or Xbox, I mean, you'd ever play something like this. I mean, considering it's rated 18, I am over 18. Well, considering the bad language and the adult humour and stuff like that. Watch out for violence. Oh, gunshots. Oh, better not be playing Call of Duty. Oh, no, you better. I'm not going to actually look at this for too long because, you know, this is also from a company called Rockstar Games. I don't really know much about Rockstar Games, considering I heard there were rumours about a GTA 6, which I'll get to in a bit after I show you this. Well, this one's still sealed in. This one's still sealed. I'll show it to you when I can, considering, you know, oh my god, 105 gigabytes minimum. I hope my PS4 can take it. So I don't know how much my PS4 can store in that. I think considering my PS4 actually can hold 1 gigabyte of storage space, and I'm looking at the box of it right now. It came with FIFA 19 I got for Christmas in 2019. No, 2018, sorry. It's still sealed, but, you know, it's another one. Well, that's all. But wait, there's one more game I got. Wait. This is GTA 5. Okay. Better be careful with this one now. Oh, bad language and violence. I will test this on my PlayStation 4 when I get time to. So considering this is a quite okay game, I mean, I'm old enough to play whatever game I want as long as I'm sensible enough to. If this doesn't work, then who knows? What it requires 59 gigabytes minimum. I forget about these gigabytes minimum, considering I have a laptop, flash drive that can store 1,000, like a gigabyte of storage. I mean, I have a PS4 that can store 1,000, no, a gigabyte. Sorry, so why do I keep saying 1,000 gigabytes? I get confused. Well, let's hope this game does not terrify my mind. Better stay mature enough to play this game, considering I did have another GTA game. I had Vice City as well. That's only for PC. I mean, I'm not gonna buy all the GTAs. I'll just like get the ones I might be interested in. So consider that. I think I've showed you enough of the game. So let's get to the last lot that's in this bag right here. Which one will we start first? This is The Dark Knight. You can still see a CEX sticker on the Knights. This one I only paid £2 for. Quite cheap. I love getting movies secondhand, but the biggest worry is whenever I buy DVDs secondhand, the problem I fear is that they might be scratched. They won't run very well. They start getting jumpy and won't run, or if they're scratched, or even if there's a crack in the disc. I'm just worried they might come cracked. I mean, you gotta have like discs that are not cracked. I mean, they have to have them in good working condition. Just like, sorry, I think my throat's a bit dry. Just let me get a bit of water quickly. That's fair. I think considering how I've had movies, I love movies, and you gotta not spend too much. I mean, you gotta sometimes sell a few things. That's the thing. But if you're just a collector, I mean, you don't really want to sell stuff, and just remember not to be a too heavy spender, because you gotta get work. You gotta. I mean, when I do get a job someday, I'll be buying more of these. I mean, not all the time, but considering I love my main focus is on like realistic style of how, considering the concept is, I mean, these Batman movies are really cool. This one has a runtime of 145 minutes. Oh, and this here is The Dark Knight Rises. Oh yeah, this is an awesome film, the trilogy. Actually, considering a said trilogy, I think I might get something. Let's pause that quickly. I just had to get something, and let me just quickly look up something. Dark Knight. Okay, Dark Knight. Ooh, sorry. This is the Batman Begins. This is not new. I've had this since like, I believe 2014. This is not new, but actually I have the complete. Sorry if I can get this all on the screen. The Dark Knight. Oh, sorry. The Dark Knight trilogy. So I have Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. I haven't watched either of these two yet. I've seen Batman Begins shortly after I got the movie. But I'm just happy to own all three. So that means I've completed the Dark Knight trilogy. I don't plan to get a box set of these anytime soon. Well, considering I own all three of the movies, so there's no point in doing that now. I'm just going to be hyped up to watch these, so wait and see what happens sometime down the line. Also, there's one more film before I show you this. Avengers Assemble. Yep, you can tell I love Marvel, I love Avengers, but I sometimes quite get a bit distracted by all the concentration and focus on all this. I mean, I think my main focus is just Thomas Too Much, or even some other animated comedy TV series that I don't know the name about. I mean, people do want to review that. I'm sorry, I'm rambling too much. Okay, so this is Avengers Assemble. I haven't checked the discs in there yet. Oh, I forgot to mention. Oh, yeah, you can tell the discs there. Did I? Yes, we have the discs there now. This is Dark Knight Rises. Just checking I have all the hang on, did I? Oh, surprisingly enough, I hope this is Region 2 discs. And here they are. I hope this is Region 2, because I don't want to realise I've got the wrong discs. They're not, technically these aren't in English, but we'll just wait and see what happens when I find out. Sorry, I had to waste a few seconds of your time with this. So let's get back to Avengers Assemble before we were rudely interrupted. So, another great movie. Interestingly enough, I have Avengers Endgame, but I think it's at my other house. So, but the big thing is, in the summer, I'm actually going to be doing a DVD collection and a CD collection. Depends. If I want to make it two separate videos, I could do this as a whole video if I want to. I could consider doing a CD collection separately. Depends if I want to. I did do a Now album and a Clubman album, but it was just too long. Well, I'm not going to go through all the CDs again. So just let's look at the Avengers. I mean, this is a great movie. I mean, I've seen Fantastic Four years ago. I've seen Batman Forever. I've seen a few other. I've seen the Batman 60s film. I mean, considering I felt was a bit weak at the time, and considering I'm preferring more modern stuff to watch in these days, I mean, it's not a bad film. I mean, the Avengers films aren't that bad. I mean, well, they're not terrible. I'm joking. They're awesome. I mean, you should check them out. Sorry, my other hair bit sticks up a little. Okay, so hopefully that's not. Sorry, my hair's a mess. Well, just don't comment on it. Yeah, some great actors: Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Samuel L. Jackson. There's some great actors. When I start getting to be a bit more acknowledgeable with the Marvel stuff, I mean, hopefully one day I will. I mean, the Dark Knight films had some great actors as well. They had Christian Bale, Gary Oldman, Anne Hathaway, Tom Hardy, Morgan Freeman. I think that's all of them. Okay, we've got two more stuff to show. Well, technically me, because I'm the only person here. This is a show I've been interested. I've been watching quite a lot, but most of the time I've been interested. This is South Park, the complete third season. I actually do have the game The Fractured But Whole, but I think this is not the first piece of South Park merch I've owned. I do have with me in my savers bag with the other PS4 games The Fractured But Whole. I don't know about getting the Stick of Truth just yet, well, considering it was meant to be a free game, I don't know about how to connect to online on PS4. It's nice to own something that's physical media. Well, considering if I don't have access to like a TV or if my subscription runs out quickly, considering I spend quite a lot of time watching the TV, well, I don't usually buy this stuff, but I couldn't resist. This is the complete third series. I don't know about getting the whole series yet at this moment in time, but considering I decided to start off a little small, I'm just work my way up. They still have the stickers from yesterday when I bought them. I'm kind of consider, like, I don't know. I mean, I just feel too fond of everything. I don't know. I'm just far too obsessed with what media I see. I mean, it just doesn't matter what I watch or whatever. I mean, let's move on now. This is, so you can tell, this is spine. This is technically the same spine. This is the back. Yeah, I mean, started watching South Park in 2012, and there have been a lot of different things back then. I mean, there have been like so I've had my loss of interest occasionally. Let's look at the inside. It's the back. I'm pretty sure there was a user by the name of Twin Hat who did one of these. For a moment, when I looked at this this woman on the front, I thought that would look like Miss Wendy's mum, Mrs. Testerberger, but you know, I got a bit confused. Okay, his Butters, Pip, and I don't know who that is. I forgot the name. Tweet versus Craig. I think that's from that episode. I think. Okay, that's Darwin Marvin. Oh, this is extremely long. Whoa! Oh my god. On both these sides, you can tell the name of the episodes. I'm not going to show it all off. So you can see for reference. I think these are all series free. Considering they were released from 1999 to 2000. Sometime during production, during the airings of Series 1, Series 3, the original actor who voiced all the females, Mary Kay Bergman, sadly left us near the end of the millennium. Rest in peace, Mary Kay, 1961 to 1999. So, I mean, I did that just to, like, reference, but, you know. Well, interestingly, fact enough, when I got this to the counter, the lady told me, who was working there, said they were scratched, so they were a bit dirty, so I haven't checked if any of the discs were scratched, so I'll have to, like, go through every disc when I watch them. I mean, I've watched with one of my DVDs, The Vampire Diaries, the 5th disc on the series 1 is quite scratched and it won't play that well. So I'm going to try and wait till I get another disc. I might swap the copies, and depends, that'd be a bit stupid to do so. I will imagine it kind of a little bit of a screw up, but you know, it's something I need to do. Like, so I like watching physical media. I mean, I like buying physical media. I'm kind of like a grown obsessed with it, but you know, it's nice to have something secondhand. But if I do keep getting these items secondhand, it's going to turn out worse. I mean, I can't go like multiple secondhand multimedia things. Alright, there's the other season. I actually bought 2 series. This is the 3rd season. This is season 11. Not the season 11, the same year the 11th series of Thomas the Tank Engine aired on television. Well, not really Thomas the Tank Engine, but this is the 11th series. I was only going to get 1, but I decided to get like 2, considering they had there was a surplus of a few films I've also seen as well. This is the 11th series. I'll just show you the backs, the spines quickly. Just like the US Thomas VHSs, but we're not talking about that now. I don't collect Thomas home media anymore, so, you know. So here's Stan and Carl on the front. This is, I think that's supposed to be a number 11. There's a picture of Cartman on the back jumping up the homeless. I think there's a little red sticker there. I don't know where it's from, but I presume it was from Asda or somewhere. I don't know. Okay, there's Randy on one side. He's playing electric guitar. There's Jesus. And I think that was from the episode, I don't remember the name. Randy actually drops himself there. Those guys, I don't know the name of. Not really going to show it all completely on screen. Surprisingly enough, this all aired in 2007, so it's unlike Series 3 that I owned, actually. I'm not going to go into it, actually, I think that's too long. Here's the episodes. And yes, there's Imagination Lands on this. This is a cool race. Can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to see what happens next. Oh, no, not that. There's also an episode with Tourette's syndrome. Yeah, whatever. I mean, can't really wait to watch this, though. Oops, sorry, I've seen Randy a lot. Oh, wait, I just remembered that. I think that woman actually... Oops, if I show you... I think that woman looks like Cartman's mum, Leanne Cartman, on the cover. So I think that thing's... show you both quickly. Is both together. So, with that said, that's everything I got from Tuesday. I'll show it to you on camera quickly. I'll leave a few seconds. Okay, so here's everything from Tuesday. Also, I forgot to mention those DVDs all came from CEX, from a total of 11, but I'm not going to say the price. Star buy from Monday, those little Lego minifigs. And my star buy from yesterday would be the South Park DVDs. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I hope this does run well when I play it in the DVD player. I'll let you know if it doesn't. And I also love that Osmoro stuff. That's cool. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again some other day. This is Jamie, aka Evening Starlight 97, signing off, and have a good day.